Okay, for this video, we're going to go over how to multiply when two numbers are in scientific notation. And I see I have an example. I'm going to go back to when we just did our basic rules for exponents in 7.1 and 7.2. If I have 3x squared times 4x to the fourth, the actual numbers, the coefficients 3 and 4, I multiply those. So 3 times 4 would give me 12. So I'm going to cross those out. And then if I had x squared times x to the fourth, remember, if I multiply and I have the same base, the base in this case is x, I add the exponents. So 2 plus 4 is going to give me 6. So this is 12x to the 6. So using that little review, I'm going to use that when I multiply two numbers in scientific notation. So when I fill in this blank, if I have two numbers in scientific notation, I'm going to multiply the actual numbers. So I'm going to put multiply, try to squeeze it in. So you multiply the first two numbers, you leave the 10 alone. It's kind of like leaving this x alone because the 10 is the same base for every number in scientific notation. And then you add the exponents because you're multiplying with that same base of 10. Alright, so if I'm doing this example, the actual numbers 2.3 and 3.1, I'm multiplying those. So this is where you need your calculator. Put this in. I'm going to do 2.3 times 3.1. I'm going to put it in my calculator right now. So 2.3 times 3.1, that gives me 7.13. So I'm going to write that up here, 7.13. And then I add these exponents, 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5 gives me 9, so it's times 10 to the 9th. And this is in scientific notation. The key is there's only one non-zero digit to the left of that decimal. So that's your answer. You just multiply the numbers and added the exponents for the base of 10. Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, let's do one more on this, the examples. So if I want to do this, the example, I'm going to multiply 6.2 times 1.2. So I'm just going to put that on my calculator right now. So 6.2 times 1.2, that gives me 7.44. And I like that number because I only have one non-zero digit to the left of the decimal. And then I just add the exponent, so 2 plus this negative 7 is going to give me negative 5. So it's just times 10. So it's just times 10 to the negative fifth. Okay, and it's already in scientific notation. Okay, and now I'm going to move down to example, I guess this should be example 4. But I'm going to move down to example 5. Now I'm going to take care of this. What if the product is not between 1 and 10? See, all these, like this 7.44, that was between 1 and 10. So it made my job easier. I just left it as it was written. So now let's look at example 5. Okay, so if I do this one right here, I'm going to multiply 4.3 and 3.4. So I'm going to do that, putting it in my calculator, 4.3 times 3.4, that gives me 14.62. Alright, then I'm going to put times 10, then I add the exponents, negative 3 plus 5, that gives me 2. Now, it's not between this 1 and 10, so I have to move the decimal. Here's the decimal. I want to make this between 1 and 10, so I move it to the left 1. So it's going to be 1.462. So I move this to the left 1, so it becomes 1.462. Now, if I move this to the left 1, I'm making the actual decimal smaller, so to compensate, I have to make this bigger. Since I move this to the left 1, I have to add 1 to this. So that 10 squared becomes 10 cubed. Alright, so it's kind of the opposite. If you actually move it to the left to get the product between 1 and 10, you add to this current exponent right there. Okay, so this is in scientific notation. But the main thing, just multiply the actual numbers and add the exponents for the base of 10.